Today, I'm gonna do a tier list for the best places to have a mental breakdown. Sometimes you can't really control it. Your brain just folds like a cardboard box, and all of a sudden you're crying in the middle of a Denny's. Well, maybe if your spidey sense kicks in and you can feel a mental breakdown happening, I'm gonna tell you the places that would probably be the best to rush yourself to, before having said mental breakdown, just for future reference. So, anyways, let's get started. First is the train. Yeah, having a mental breakdown on public transportation is just kind of embarrassing. Yeah, just it's probably best not to have one here. You'd probably get filmed and made fun of by some iPad kid, and that's never fun. So, yeah, I don't think having a mental breakdown on a train would be very good. So, if you're gonna have a mental breakdown, probably just don't do it on a train. All right, next is the bathroom. And I love that the picture that they used for, the shitter here is the same one that I use for, for my channel. I think that's dope. I mean, having a mental breakdown in the bathroom, I guess, would be fine. You'd have your own privacy, I guess. If it's in a public bathroom, though, it might not be good. While you're crying your eyes out, there's somebody next to you is gonna be fighting for their lives, taking the fat steamy shit, and yeah, so I just feel like the bathroom wouldn't be a very good one either, but I guess it's better than the train because you'd have some privacy, so I'll have to give it a D. Dog? I'm confused. I guess let's say, for sake of my sanity, that this is a mental breakdown with a dog beside you, not a mental breakdown while you're inside a dog. That opens up a whole other can of worms that I do not want to get into right now. Dogs are sweet, and I assume a dog would help you, so I feel like that would be pretty good. Next is someone else's or a man's arms. Okay. Yeah, I feel like if I were having a mental breakdown, I would just throw myself at the nearest man, and that guy would wrap me in his arms all nice and tight. And I'd feel the sweet embrace of his big moobies, his man boobies, against my face, and it would help a lot. Having a mental breakdown in a man's arms would be really good. So I'd have to give it an S. Next is therapy. Yeah, I feel like therapy would be kind of good, but I always feel like the therapist is kind of judging me, so I'll have to give therapy a C. A C. All right, next is a train platform. See, I don't think a train platform would be a very good one, because if you're having a mental breakdown that's loud, someone will probably just throw you in front of a train, so I feel like that one would not be very good. I mean, that one's just as bad as, that one's probably worse than the train. Next is my man's arms. Oh, it'd be nice if only I had a man of my own. I need to start up Grindr. Anyways, if I'm crying into my man's arms, I think it would be, similar to like this someone else's man's. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I get it now. Crying into someone else's man's arms. Oh, I thought that was just crying into someone else's or a man's arms. Yeah, I'd go with crying into someone else's man's arms so that they could get jealous. Crying into my own man's arms, that would be a little awkward. Like, why do you have a boner? Next is in your car. Yeah, I feel like car would be pretty good. You could shut the door and, you could do whatever you want inside there. So yeah, car is a good one. I'll have to give it an A. Next is at school or your work desk. Oh yeah, see, I feel like if you have a mental breakdown at your school desk, you'd probably just get sent to the office and get in-school suspension or detention, or you'd be punished in some way rather than, them trying to help you. And at work, you'd probably just get sent to HR and you'd get your pay docked. Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna have a mental breakdown at school or work, at least go to the bathroom first. That one's pretty shit. Next is at a restaurant. Unfortunately, if you were to have a mental breakdown here, you would unfortunately cause a scene, which would make everyone else in the restaurant look at you awkwardly and therefore exacerbate the effects of said mental breakdown. So yeah, restaurant, really not that good. I'd have to give it an F. Next is at a funeral. Yeah, it might make things a little bit awkward, but at the end of the day, you could always, it's like a built-in excuse. Oh, I'm bawling my eyes out, having a mental breakdown because they're gone. Like, there's a built-in excuse. So funeral, I'd have to give it a B probably. It's a pretty good one. And last but not least, O'Reilly's Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Yow! Yeah, I feel like at O'Reilly's, they would definitely give you a lot of support. I have to give it an A. Yeah, although you may not have control of when, an emotional breakdown or a mental breakdown may occur, these are some of the places where if your spidey sense starts tingling, these are some of the spots that you want to, rush to very quickly. Yeah, that's it.